If we talk about rocks in a jar, are we talking about physical structures? A rock, it doesn't bend, it's hard, it's obdurate, it's solid, it's seemingly unchangeable. If you wanted to change it, you'd have to crush it with a hammer or a brick or something. Fixed objects. Our intentions, our values, our roles, our beliefs, our vantage points of positionality, our tribal resonances are for many people that substantive, that dense, that fixed, that seemingly real and tangible, and that limiting, that dysfunctional. We're not suggesting not loving family. We always take care of family, always love your kids, always be there, and always make the best of the relationships. 100%, 1,000% advocating of that. And we suggest doing so not in a fixed, obdurate, limited, rock-like state or role-based or belief-based fixed positionality kind of way. If you operate in flexibility, moving and flowing in all of areas of your life, if you operate like water when you pour it into a pitcher, it takes on the shape of the pitcher. Water takes on the shape of the container. Water is infinitely flexible. If we operate in flow, and not from and judgments. Our judgments fixed positionalities of attempted safety control and threat of punishment. Our beliefs limiting vantage points. They can be constructive lenses to look through sometimes if we do so consciously. We say, oh, I have no beliefs. And I don't ever want to have a belief. And that said, if you have a belief and it's like a contact lens or a set of glasses that you look through sometimes, then I can pick it up and I can choose to look through it the way you look through it and learn from your vantage point of seeing or experiencing this moment. Doesn't mean I'm in agreement, doesn't mean that I share that positionality. It means I'm open to learning, open to understanding, open to perceiving and feeling what you see and perceive and feel. And then I can put that lens down. And I can continue operating consciously without belief, without expectation, without projection, without fixed simulacra or recordings or projections of past wounding or traumas of any kind. I can simply see what is without filter, without distortion, without limit, and without obscuration, and therefore, hopefully, make wise, caring, conscious, loving decisions, moment by moment by moment, situation by situation, conversation by conversation, relationship by relationship. And will that inevitably bear good fruit? Will that inevitably arrive at higher intention, purpose, beneficial result? Well, a garden slug or a snail, they live in the earth, in the ground, or in the grass, or in the moist environment of the world, of the natural biosphere. If one of them climbs up onto your concrete porch, that concrete porch is likely dry. There is no grass. There's nothing to eat on it. There's no way for a garden slug or a snail to go across your porch without leaving a lot of the moisture from its body behind it that it uses to move forward. So what happens, and I've seen this occur multiple times, a garden slug or a snail will climb up onto the dry platform of the concrete porch, and they'll travel for perhaps 5 or 6 feet, and they'll suddenly realize, I'm in an environment without water. I'm in an environment in which I am slowly dying. And they make their choice, their decision, their antidote to that it might be built right into their genes, their DNA, is to take a 90-degree left turn in hopes that if they change the direction that they're going fundamentally, that they will go get to a safe place where there is water, where there is a healthy environment to live that will keep them alive. Then they may go 2 or 3 more feet, half as far as they went initially. And then they find, again, there's no water. There's no life there. And they make another 90-degree turn. And then they may go another foot. Again, they find no water. In every turn, they're losing resources. They're losing survivability. And they're making a decision that they hope will keep them alive. And what they tend to do is to make a spiraling inward, constant 90-degree left turn until they dry up and die. Now, what does this say about how humanity solves its problems and challenges with adaptive technologies? Human beings that walk in the desert often don't realize that one of their legs is a little shorter than the other or a little longer than the other. So if they don't have a point of orientation to tell them they're going in a straight line, they tend to walk in a circle, and they don't know it until they die in the desert. How important to have a navigational system that will take us to a sustainable future as a species and not continue to replicate the choices or decision-making strategies of the past that have brought us to this precipice of climate change.